ఓకే.
మీరు గో లైవ్ కొట్టేసి నేను జూమ్ ఓపెన్ చేసి పెట్టుకో. సార్ జూమ్ స్క్రీన్ నుంచి మ్యాక్సిమైజ్ చేసి పెట్టుకోండి సార్.
సార్ ఇదేదో ఇలా వస్తుంది సార్.
ఏ సార్?
మీకు వాట్సాప్లో పిక్ పెడతాను చూడండి.
ఒకటే సార్.
చూడండి సార్ ఒకసారి.
ఒకటేనా సార్?
ఆ,
అది అక్కడ జూమ్ స్క్రీన్ వచ్చేది కదా సార్, అదేం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఆ జూమ్ స్క్రీన్ మీరు మ్యాక్సిమైజ్ చేసి
అమ్మ దేవుడా. ఇక్కడ రైట్ సైడ్లో సార్ ఫోటో కనిపిస్తుంది
Sir?
చూడండి. అక్కడ ఎగ్జిట్ మినిమైజ్డ్ వీడియోనా?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, so I start the screen sharing, sir, where I can see this one, like how, what you said. The
On the right
option.
side, you could find on the
ఓకే
right
ఓకే.
side.
అది రావడం లేదే.
Yeah, share computer sound. Yeah, got it.
ఇక్కడ ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు
Yeah.
సైడ్లో కార్నర్లో ఉంది.
Yes.
డెస్క్టాప్ మీదే.
Yeah, thank you.
దానికి ఒక చిన్న ఆరో మార్క్ ఉంటుంది చూడండి, దానిపైన చిన్న స్క్వేర్ లో ఉంటుంది కదా,
ఆహా.
దానిలో ఒక చిన్న ఆరో మార్క్ సింబల్ ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని కొట్టాలి. ఇట్లా పక్కన అలా చూపిస్తుంది సైడ్ లో.
ఓకే సార్, అయింది సార్,
మ్యాక్సిమైజ్ చేసి స్క్రీన్ లో
అయింది సార్.
అందుకు వదిలేసి ఏం అవసరం లేదు. మీరు ఒకసేపు ఉండండి, నేను ఒకసారి నేను చూస్తాను ఇక్కడ యూట్యూబ్ డైరెక్ట్ వస్తుందో.
ఒకసారి చూడండి సార్.
సార్ మీరు ల్యాప్టాప్ ఆన్ చేసి కొంచెం ఏం చేస్తుంటారు, ఎందుకంటే ఆ ఫ్యాన్ సౌండ్ వినిపిస్తుంటుంది కదండి.
ఎడ్జ్ కంటే
Hello, sir.
ఛార్జింగ్ పోర్ట్ చూసారా, అది వచ్చేసి కొంచెం
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
ఓకే ఓకే.
Yeah, sir, shall we start now?
స్టూల్ జరపమంటారు.
Sure.
కొంచెం ల్యాప్టాప్కి మీరు ఛార్జర్ కనెక్ట్ చేస్తారు.
చేశాను అట్లనే ఉందిలే.
ఆ ఛార్జర్ కనెక్ట్ చేసి వచ్చేసి టేబుల్ నుంచి బయట
ఓకే.
A gleeful good morning and my hearty respects to all the dignitaries, my dear participants, colleagues and friends. I'm Dr. Vanishri, and on behalf of the Department of Science and Humanities,
ఓకే సార్.
SV Engineering College, welcome you all for the
Okay, sir.
Day 2 AICTE sponsored 1-week short-term training program on harmony in the workplace, effective interpersonal and communication skills, phase 3, desirous dexterity at career concerns, that is life skills at workplace. Hope yesterday all our participants have gained bountiful of knowledge on the topics Curiosity at Workplace by Dr. Lata Christie, Senior Scientist, DRDO, Bangalore, and Procedural Punctilio and Decorous Demeanor, that is Etiquette and Manners at Workplace by Dr. Anil Premraj, Assistant Professor, Senior Grade 1, Department of English, School of Social Sciences and Languages, Vellore Institute of Technology, Vellore. And also an overview about life skills at workplace by our keynote speaker, Professor C. Murli Krishna, sir, Professor and HOD of Department of English, Usmania University, Hyderabad, and our guest speaker, Professor Annie Pothan, former head, Department of English, PG College, Usmania University, Hyderabad. The history of science and technology is filled with many projects, but many are unsuccessful. This is not because of errors in technique or methodology, but because of people who remain stuck in their assumptions and old habits. So, STEM fields, that is field of science, technology, engineering and mathematics, need creativity to flourish and grow. As per statement given by the Bertrand Russell, real life is a perpetual compromise between the ideal and the possible. But the world of pure reason knows no compromise, no practical limitations, no barrier to the creative activity. Many employers value creative thinkers, so wherever we go, we have to highlight our creative thinking skills. This allows us to put our own spin at our workplace and will end up being and feeling creative. So today, our resource person, Mr. Polagari Nagamaleshwar Rao, Department of English from RGU KT Newsvidu, Krishna District, will guide us the key takes away of creative thinking and what creative thinking includes and how we can utilize them at our workplace. He is going to deliberate on the topic ingenious ingenuity, that is creative thinking. But before going to that, let me take a privilege to introduce our today's resource person. Professor Nagamalleshwar Rao Polagani is a passionate English faculty currently working in Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies Newsweek. He is a motivational speaker and he conducts high impact programs in English language teaching and learn from an applied linguistics perspective required for long lasting success. He strongly believes in inspiring and nurturing young, impressionable minds to blossom out as highly effective leaders and powerful personalities in their chosen fields. He has more than 16 years of rich teaching experience at various levels, such as Nodal Officer for British Council RGU KT Newsreader, Head of the Department in RGU KT Newsreader, and Chairman of Board of Studies, Master Trainer for Aicte British Council Higher Education, English Communication Skills Project, DDC Convener, English Mentor. He is a qualified APCET from Acharya Nagarjuna University and is certified with Aptus British Council. He is certified with CEFRI B Level 1 from Indian Academy of Training Development. He is a certified master trainer and he published research papers in various books, international and national journals. He brings a plethora of skills, knowledge and experience to impart to the study of employees and employers in his session, in journal and classes in particular. His research areas are applied linguistics and second language acquisition with a specific approach to pragmatics in second language acquisition. He is expert and trains the faculty, scholars and students in ELT, linguistics and UGC SET and NET. He is a frequent invitee for the Doordarshan Saptakuri live channel on education and career guidance. A YouTuber with 3 prominent YouTube channels such as Sri Krishi Spoken English, Sri Krishi Personality Development, Sri Krishi UGC and AP SET. He is an active facilitator in RGUKT Avagahana, a student development organization in IIIT AP. He worked at 21st Century Gurukulam Postgraduate Studies at under SV University and Communication Skills Trainer in Vita, and he is an enlisted teacher for the Arizona School that is in USA. He is a live example of persistence, perseverance, and dogged determination for goals in life against all odds come what may. He has transferred the extremely tough and challenging journey from being a Telugu medium student with almost no means to meet his ends to one of the prestigious and high-funded government technological universities in India named APIIT. His mission is to create multifaceted and powerful personalities by imparting quality education to gifted students in all respects in the true sense of the term. So, sir, we welcome you, sir. We are fortunate to get an opportunity to listen your knowledgeable words. Over to you, sir. Sir. Sir, you have to unmute, sir.
Yes, I have done now. Thank you so much. That must be a very brilliant and wonderful intro of my life journey and academic qualifications. I'm so much thankful and a very beautiful, pleasant and extraordinary happy morning. I welcome all the guests today for this session, and it's so pleasing, in fact, to meet you guys today. Well, SVEC has come up with this novel project being sponsored by Aicte, which is really commendable, and thought processes which have been into this or these last few sessions have been immaculately superb. I believe this session is going to be interactive, as well as you being the listeners and the prospective teacher trainers, student trainers, I believe the training sessions, as well as people who are very much enthusiastic to pick a few takeaways from this session would absolutely gain something else. But You ought to be here and you shouldn't be somewhere else. I thank Vani madam for having graciously given me this opportunity, as well as all the management of SVEC. Right before I just embark upon this project, we are not going to have any tedious job. Of course, it takes around 2 hours for you. But I just would require your time and your conscious time, Usually we just appear before these sessions. We just click on and join the sessions and move away from the places. We have too many options and we are rather busy. But today, friends, we have come here to just make some changes. The changes are supposed to be done at the earliest. Otherwise, things may be rather worse. I believe in a particular powerful statement made by William Shakespeare, the greatest bard of Athens. He said that mend your language, lest it may mar your future. I repeat, mend your language, lest it may mar your future. What does it mean? Why should we have to mend our language? Of course, where does this language come from? If language is a byproduct of the thoughts, where would the thoughts get originated? And what must be the kind of scenario? Sometimes, due to its capacity of thinking well or powerfully, we make decisions. It gets materialized when we make some approaches. We come up with some ideas and thoughts. It's really powerful that our language is a manifestation of thoughts. In other words, people do believe that your face is an index of your mind, of course your heart. But given the context, the topic asks us to change ourselves. The perceptions about thinking, if we do change, absolutely, the world will be beautiful. It's going to be glamorous. It's going to be something which you have never expected as it would be. If my sound sync system, if my audio is clear with you all, you can keep it, a digital thumb, then I would go ahead with all the blessings and powerful presence of your being here.
Yes, sir.
If my voice is audible.
Yeah, it's audible,
is my voice
sir.
audible?
Yeah,
Right.
it's audible. So whenever you start, say to start your presentation, then I'll share the screen, sir, right?
Sure, madam, sure. Right before we start the session, let's keep this point. Mend your language, lest it might mar your future. Future is something which every one of us wants to be beautiful, productive, and approachable. Life is not supposed to be something, dispirited and restless. It is something which has to be cozy and decent and stable. If we really want to get that kind of life, we ought to make some changes fundamentally. Today, we are going to have that session. I would also request you to participate in the session to actually answer my questions. And since it is going to be for 2 hours, if this has to be successful, you being the participants must invest your valuable time and conscious effort as well as beautiful smile throughout the sessions. Yes, I mean it. If you wear the beautiful smile on your face, you look really beautiful for yourself. Not only that, for anybody else. Do imagine that you are there in front of the world. You are now ready to change and transform greatly. I just would like to ask firstly, ingenious, what does it mean? Ingenious. Ingenious. It's more likely to have some impact on people. It asks questions. Are they clever? Are they wise enough? Do they have some, ability to think differently? So the topic itself is something which is an encapsulated form of various predominantly essential qualities which we all of us do require, despite having 2 decades, 3 decades of experience. Because The world has begun to undergo transformation. We need to go with an outlook which should not be biased. If we are biased, things will never be changed. We must be flexible enough. Now, before we start the session, keep this point: ingenuity, ingenious. These are the words which carry a lot of meaning these days. Now, let's get started. Ma'am, over to you, please. Would you be able to start the first slide? You can click once. It gives us beautiful music.
काहीतरी खरंच फायद्याचं आहे म्हणून सांगते.
Hello.
Well,
Request
your
the
friends-
participants to please mute yourself. Otherwise, I have
Yeah.
to forcefully mute them. Yes, sir.
Yes, I can see that. Let the participants in the morning have the feel of sweet music. And this is the winter season, and people must have got up with good spirits in the morning. And now, almost suddenly, when they thought of attending this session, they must have felt pressed and squeezed. Some people would have differently felt, oh my gosh, 10 o'clock session? I've been so much tired. But still, my dear friends, I'm going to assure you, it's going to be something chilling, okay? Creative thinking. Why creative thinking is necessary? I have got PhDs. I have got international qualifications. I have got lots of skills which I use, but I have not been able to make progress in life. This is a complaint. I'm a really clever student. I'm an intelligent student. I was certified by my school that I did so well. I'm an intelligent.
Hello, sir.
Right, I got it now.
Sorry.
You have muted all of them. Yes, it is necessary. This is the very important and fundamental etiquette to dear participants. And in this session, I believe there are professors and great teachers. I once again thank all of you and say good morning. Please do follow the etiquette of these virtual sessions and do not engage anyone with you to talk and disturb the session. Let's do it peacefully, and we will bag a few takeaways at the end of the session. That's my promise, okay? So before we just learn many things about this topic, creative thinking, ingenious ingenuity, and something else, we must have to question. I have thinking process. Without thinking, should I have come to this level? People would ask. Without having any dynamism in my thinking and decision making, did my kids become so exceptional in career? But still, in life, you might make mistakes. People do believe intelligent people are always intelligent in leading life. But it's not the case always. Intelligent people will sometimes make mistakes. There is nothing to do with intelligence and creativity. Before we start that, excuse me, ma'am, would you please, next slide. Yeah. I just would like to ask you to guess if someone has, ma'am, okay, it's okay. Let the quote be there. Avinash Pujari sir, very good morning all the participants. Think different, see the colors. When you start thinking differently in your life is not going to be dull. Dullness is indicated by gray color, and somehow sadness indicated by black color. If these two colors are not being present, the colors do express themselves to be fruitful. If your life is supposed to be colorful and glamorous, my dear participants and the great teachers and scholars and fellow students, please start thinking differently. Your perception towards thinking is something which shapes today's discussion. You might have felt a bit overboard always. If one wants to settle in life, one has to work hard, and one has to do well in the examinations, one has to acquire qualifications under continuing professional development, and one has to have short-term goals and long-term goals. These are the few assumptions, not assumptions, realities, yardsticks which add value to life, no doubt at all. But why? Out of 100 people who have taken the same decisions, who have started the journey to become successful, which is the most important thing for all of us, are not able to meet and are not able to cross the crease which has been set to notify or to indicate someone to be successful. It's just because of our thoughts. Our thoughts, which are very powerful, are the thoughts that we make and we think of ourselves and we just perceive the world internally and externally will become manifest. And it is something which is supposed to be changed. So think differently. More gold has been mined from the thoughts of man than has ever been taken from the earth. Practically, we just absorb and acquire gold, that's an alloy, so metal from this earth, but the quote suggests something differently. Your thoughts are more powerful and more priceless than gold itself. Who said? Can anyone guess? If you really can guess, chat, text in the chat, and I would see that. Who has said? A very prominent author. Gold has been mined from thoughts of man than ever has been taken from the earth. If people believe gold is available in the earth, they are just ordinary people. But successful people, highly powerful people, dominant people, be it architects of the nation or else architects of the building, be it engineers, teachers, students, Indian administrative officers and business, tycoons, entrepreneurs, and international delegates, each of them must be or is found in the mind of a geologist. Wow. That's something tricky. Thank you so much, sir. Good. From your perspective, you have provided us a valuable input. I thank you so much for that. Now, ma'am, please next click on that. The author will come. Napoleon Hill expresses this way. If your life is to be gold, really, which is something we value, gold has a lot of value. It is something which is used to attribute certain features which are positive in one's life. It is something which one looks for towards to becoming something. Golden age, golden life, golden career, and gold is something which is really important. And these days, I believe in the market, it shot up to higher level. Correct me if I'm wrong. That leads to creative mind. Yes. Creative mind has plethora of colors. It specifies and encapsulates divergent views in a single thread. Yes, I mean it. Divergent views in a single thread. If you really want to be something different from your community, and if you really want to make some progress in life, if you want to see your students in the class to make a very decent progress, please start thinking differently. Change the perceptions and try to be different in your thought processes. Creative mind requires us to be alert and agile to make a very powerful, predominant, as well as decent resolutions. Next slide. Yes. Why would you like to make your life to be something beautiful and glamorous, and why it is supposed to be like that? And if you really want to make your life something worthful, you would like to be a better father because you want some patting, despite having 25 years experience in the job of fatherhood. Correct me if I'm wrong. 10 years of experience. You would like to be patted by your employer in the organization, irrespective of all the compulsions he or she has. You want to be recognized in your associations, among your peers, being a professor, being an associate, being a teacher altogether. You really want to be something which others might have expected, but we always attribute the perfection and stability and extraordinary quality to be something which is powerful and which is costly. No, it is not costly. It is just priceless. What is this? Why is it priceless? Your attitude. Your attitude is something which decides your. I think you know that. Altitude. The growth, the graph of your career, how prosperous you will be, and how effective in your career, being a teacher, being a student, and being an entrepreneur. Yes, it's stated that not too many people can catch the impressions of the people. Why? Because they do not know how to think. It's an international topic. Yes, thinking matters. Have you ever thought of it, about thinking? No. It sounds a bit weird. What nonsense is this? Thinking about geography, thinking about history, thinking about my English language subject, thinking about my dull students in the class, thinking about coronavirus, thinking about money making. These are the few possible topics which I can probably think about. But what nonsense is thinking about thinking? Why should I have to think? What is this? Thinking about thinking. We ought to. It's the need of the hour, my dear friend. We have to think about thinking because we don't know how to think. It's my point. Yes, we don't know how to think. Our thoughts in the processes reflect automatically, vibrantly in our actions. In between, we have another tempo called and another tenet called decision making. It's an abstract feeling. So when people have the ability to think well before they leap or take an action, they just don't do it. They just become inferior in thinking about what they can think about to do something else effectively. They immediately want to operate it where they will fail. Yes. It's priceless. Start thinking. So you need to be creative in thinking. The creativity factor determines your altitude, dear friend. Yes, it does. But how? What are the strategies? Now, I just really find this to be something, something really impeccable. I just would like to dive deep into it. I dwell on in many topics, but I never thought of this way. I will give you more ideas in this regard with the cooperation and the support you would give to me in return. Is deal okay? Would you like to support me? When I ask you questions, you are expected to answer me. And when I just ask you to participate in the activities, you please have to give me what you really want to say. Thank you so much, Joginder Pal. Courageous, sir. Dr. Joginder Pal, sir, thank you very much. There is a tag on the left side. There is no price at all, but it looks decent and beautiful. There are certain things in this world, in life, needless to say, we really do not have to value them, but they are priceless. They are priceless. One of them is thinking creatively. In other words, for example, you could find on the right side a baby boy who happens to be seeing. I just would like to ask Dr. Joginder, sir, if he could help me out in giving a kind of thought processes about what he exactly feels at this moment about this beautiful and dynamic boy. Over to Dr. Joginder. Don't change the slide. Don't change the slide, madam. We'll go to that. We'll go to that. It's simply, yeah. Anyone from this? We have around 90, including me. We are 90 participants. Kumar, Abu Bakr, Hamzat, any one of you, please. What does it tell us? What do you get out of it when you have a glimpse of this picture? You can give your opinion on that. Anyone? Well, time is essential. Let's go by time. Let me consider it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no one is responding. When you really want to perform a task, you don't have to have all the gadgets that are actually considered to be essential to perform a particular task. For example, you have a two-wheeler. A boy is thinking to achieve something else. Wow, great sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Nagendra Kumarji. Thank you so much for your perception. Good. And I say to everyone, the child wants to be an astronaut. Wow. See, so two different ideas. Courageous, doctor, thinking about outside world. Why? Because he sees outside. So do we think he's really outside, or he's in the cosmos, outside in the universe? Well, see, three different personalities, eminent personalities who are part of this session today have responded differently. This is called difference in thoughts. But which is valid and which is to be taken to be something truthful and so something essential. Under creative thinking, we do not judge. We do not judge who is better and who is not. We always consider the outputs, and we would make use of the things to get things done. That is the priority in creative thinking. I thank all of you for having responded on this particular pick. So, undivided focus, Dr. Neelima. Thank you, madam. It reminds undivided focus. See, ma'am has identified the boy's concentration is looking straight at something else. Yes. I do look at his creativity. Do you find the creative factor on this pic? He used a cardboard box to make a helmet-like piece in order to wear something else. This is what I just would like to say. If you want to play cricket, you don't have to buy Sachin Tendulkar's bat or Kohli's bat or the price at which it is sold or the ball which is used in the tourneys as well as IPLs. We just find something, even paper balls during vacations. On Sunday mornings with kids, we play on the terrace. Why does it happen? Why is it so? We still get the kind of, the flavor, the feeling that we have been doing something else and we get involved in it. We love it. That's called creativity. Creativity is manifested in two important categories. Perseverance with perfection, coupled with clarity. Perseverance with perfection, coupled with clarity. So dear friends, would you just move ahead, and an activity, brilliant activity is waiting for you. Please get ready to participate in it. Madam? Yes, just stop. Would you like to participate in this activity? I just would like to know if you really want to participate in the activity, then only we can go ahead. Otherwise, I will just keep quiet until you say yes. This is an activity time. Thank you, sir, Dr. Joginder Pal. Please give claps for having initiated. My English teacher has kept on telling me something when I was doing my graduation. Nog, an early bird catches its prey. I did not understand why and what he really meant. Now I understood. After having seen competition, an early bird catches its prey. Yes, it does. We ought to be proactive to grab the opportunities. Opportunities never come for us. With this motto, let's move ahead. There is a girl with beautiful, stuff. She's getting, happy. Oh, thank you, Supriti, madam. And that reminds us or brings a kind of notion we are going to have a fun, frolic activity. If you are really prepared, if you are still not prepared, no problem. We will make you prepare yourself to be part of this session. Just what we require is your presence, that's all. Your rich presence. That's it. Madam, next slide. Yes, already they said they would like to participate in it. Yes, thank you. Jyoti madam, thank you. Yes, they are ready to participate. Yay, a boy has come. Who is doing something else? An African boy. So, how does he look? So at his age, he looks a bit different. We could find a number of intuitive features. Push-ups, yes, thank you. And what kind of face is it? What does it tell us? Can you come up with words which can be attributed to his facial expression? Suchitra Mishra, madam. Thank you, madam. Please do tell me, when you have a look at or glimpse of the picture, especially take a look at the eyes and his total body posture, what kind of, image do you get? Give me the words. Determined, extraordinary, SA. But I'm really sorry to call SA. I think definitely you might have, you must be having a name, a very beautiful name. Please rename yourself, sir or madam. Abu Bakr Hamzat sir, focus, extraordinary, Shabina Arif. Okay, I will call you Shabina Arif, madam. Now, what are the other words? Focus, determined. What are the other words? See, just tell me. Please extract, squeeze until the last drop. Confidence, Suchitra, Mr. Madam, thank you so much. Confidence is something which we could find. Achieved, see, sense of achievement, he's achieved. But he still is on the floor, on the mat, on the running, track. Absolutely, we could guess he's about to achieve, but somehow we could guess that he's going to be positive about his achievement. Centralized, extraordinary. Thanks, slide, madam. We would definitely do that and see what we are going to do. But are we really concerned about all these things? Confidence, focus, various things. Here you have a question. Question number one. You could read it yourself. Let me read for you. Describe a time when you had to think outside the box, and how did you go about it? I just would like to get the answer, preferably in audio. You please respond. Respected participants, please answer this question orally. That will be altogether fantastic. We would like to cherish your words afterwards. Describe a time when you had to think outside the box, and how did you go about it? Is there anyone to respond on this? You can unmute yourself. If it is difficult, please ask the the host. You can do it, and your video will be spotlighted. We are on mute. Madam, please give them a chance, if possible. Good morning, sir.
I'll make them, sir.
Yeah. Now the participants, you can make use of this opportunity. One of you kindly respond. You can just raise your hand, a digital hand, and then you can participate in the discussion. Otherwise, directly start. Yeah, Abu Bakr Hamzat sir, you are requested to speak. Do tell us, share your valuable thoughts. We would like to listen to you. Yes, good. Over to you.
Hi.
Now this is for you. Creative thinking is your session.
Yeah, very good morning. I'm Supriti. Basically, whenever I had a new project, just feel determined about it and feel out of the notion. So I think a new project always attracts me.
Wow. Anything, man? So how did you go about that when you had to think differently?
Whenever you have a new project, undoubtedly you have to think out of the box. If you want to do something for yourself, or you can say for making us happy, we always think out of the box. So whenever I have it,
Yeah, somebody is responding.
Years old, but still they are doing various. And we are discussing the code of ethics, there are some ethical issues also in the system.
Right.
In
It would be fine if you turn on video, sir. Sir or madam, please turn on video. We would like to see you.
read just self and cannot remember also what exam she wrote. And examination cheating is also like this. And when the exams are conducted and strict vigilance through monitoring, the pass percentages are coming down from 100% to 47%. And we also see some of the sensitive cases where on left side you can see a student committed suicide because of failure. It is not only in Sednana, it is in Czech also. A student got only 9%. He was 9 years right to suicide himself. So we can see many students opt for engineering of their personal interest.
Right, right, sir. Thank you so much for your.
Friends expected you can purchase uniform. The bird and life. Recently, we have seen some places of students, children are committing suicide. Student plagiarism. So plagiarism is rural school or urban school or IIT. Student, we should understand their psychology and we should try to modify them, rectify them.
Absolutely.
And teacher
Yes.
has a high moral value in the society. So something goes wrong, they will put up teacher as a main focus. Teacher for forgery, there may be many forgery cases. The Delhi Minister fake degree also we know, and the CMJU degrees we know. And this fake university, which every year UGC declares fake university list. When they searched it, the fake university
Yeah,
VC
yeah.
is
Dr.
a
Sanjay Kumar,
running
sir.
person in
Sir, let me ask you this question. I'm sorry to interrupt you here.
percentage no employment. You see, 23 lakh in race for 368 peons post in Uttar Pradesh.
Dr. Sanjay Kumar,
Yes,
sir.
there is no employment.
Can you listen to me? Is my voice
Everywhere.
audible to all of you? Thank you very much for your,
Employer from US,
Dr. Sanjay, may I ask you to hold a moment? Thank you. So the thing is, behaviorism altogether is something which we have to think, from the regular thought processes, which is something necessary to mold our lives and to set the issues settled. In fact, behaviorism comes with the right process of thinking. It's going to be an added advantage too, if you truly understand. The point is, lateral thinking or creative thinking differently should be something. Did you ever use it? How did you go about it? So if you really have applied, I'm sure you would have been successful, because this is only possible for people who are problem solution based thinkers and who can try to troubleshoot the problems. Next slide. Madam, next slide, please. Click on that. What do we get out of this? Question 2. What is this question? I'm curious to know which question is it. What is it going to tell me, and what is it going to be all about? Ma'am, please. Wow. Can you get back, please? Can you give me an example of a situation where you used creative or innovative thinking to eliminate frustration with a product or process? This is something. It is true from day in and day out. Since morning till evening, we have many obligations in meeting our ends and to make the boss feel happy about our performance and everything. We struggle a lot. We become distraught altogether. At times we feel, restless. In such context, did you ever employ this device to get out of it, to make better, sumptuous progress? Anyone can answer this question? Anyone? We have 95 participants.
Nowadays, I am writing the research methodology work, and we are actually going with the vision and achievement document and cleanliness drive, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So I think we are doing a lot of things about it, and frustration is a part of.
Friends, we shall all give claps, big applause to Madam. They have been doing good, a concern for society. Fantastic job, a respectable job. Thank you, Madam. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so in between the writing of vision and achievement document, I think vision is clear for everyone, but achievement, for the process of achievement, sometimes we lead with the process of frustration also, and employees are going with it also. But we go with the similar projects. For example, today we are going with the cleanliness drive. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is going on. So today we are going to have some rallies, etc. So I think that's the way, when we assimilate or accumulate the work in different columns, then we can go with it and everyone will be happy to deal with each and every process. That's
Fantastic.
basically that's
Fantastic.
my way to go with
Yeah.
it.
Commendable, madam. Dear friends and participants, please give your digital claps at least. Please do indicate that we all respect the views of the speaker just now. Thank you very much, ma'am. And it suits to the context. Simple answer, dear friends. Way back in our village lifestyle, earlier, these days apartment culture, people who live just next to our door do not believe in us. This is the situation today. Things have become rather worse. Please forgive me if I say this. Why? People have forgotten and lost connectivity with humanity. That's true. Yeah, of course, have become sometimes out of their senses too. Earlier, I do remember, when I was a kid, if a household wife, a lady needed some milk, she would go to a nearby house by calling with a fantastic affectionate words, auntie, or some words that we usually use in our family with our family members. In the same street, in the same village, people used to be more connected. Emotionally, there used to be a bond. In chemistry, there are two different bonds. I just learned elsewhere: covalent bond or ionic bond. I don't know which bond it used to be, but there should be such kind of bond. As this urbanization aggravated, after liberalization, privatization, and globalization, post 1992 decisions of the central government, I believe, then the Prime Minister P. Narasimha Rao, who was instrumental in bringing these changes, socio-economic, familial, educational, all aspects of the entire economy have started changing themselves. It was a good sign, but human relations have also been changed dramatically. The changes have gone to a level where people have stopped believing in others. They have stopped thinking about themselves too. When I needed something, I would ask freely. I would ask a bicycle, I would ask a bike. Today, people do suspect, if I give this vehicle, would he come back? If I just lend a helping hand, would I get it back? Why should I have to help? People do not believe anybody else anymore. See this. Innovative thinking. So the lady who needed that, if she was not able to find something, she would get some kind of help from somebody else. For example, she needed coffee powder to make coffee for the visitors. She didn't find it in the kitchen. What did she do? She would go elsewhere and ask immediately next door. But even if they did not give them, she would make something else. In this context, I must recount one example. In one of the Telugu movies named titled Raja, I believe, Suryavamsam, I think, Meena, the lead actor, she marries hero Venkatesh. You can remember that scene. She is born and brought up, with silver spoon in mouth, very affluent family. Father is a business tycoon, but she happens to marry the hero. In the second phase, post-marriage, we could find a lot of difference in her temperament. She is so smooth, very convenient, obedient, and gives suggestions to the husband. There is one particular scene which we all must have to remember, my dear friends. She does not complain about not having breakfast to offer something when father makes a visit formally. Father doesn't know that she has been under penury, complete poverty. It's not their problem. It is the fate that has gifted them the life like that. But the husband is very particular. He is not a lazy guy. He is not an unsuccessful. He is successful in the job he has had, but he is an illiterate person. Let's keep aside his background. The thing is, what does she do in the kitchen? You could see there are some idlis, leftovers, and she smashes them immediately and makes upma. And father observes that scene. After he senses that scene, she invites father, "Daddy, please come and have this." When she offers that, there is a scene, contentment. Do you see that? She doesn't fail in the context. She gets succeeded in it. And she also gives us some, upma to mother, because that is her affection, a token of affection towards parents. This is the scene which I would like to bring to you notice. Anyone who could remember. Actually, there was idli, they left it in the kitchen. There is nothing in the vessels, but she immediately starts making another product. This is called lateral thinking. Creative thinking. She did not complain, Dad, we are very poor, give me 1 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, or give me a bungalow, gift us 10 acres land. He would have done it immediately. She makes the situation more successful and glamorous. That's called lateral thinking.
Now, sir, can I add something, please?
Please, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I am Dr. Nagendra Kumar. The session was wonderful, but anyway, the question which you have put up for the creative thinking, what I feel personally is that generally creative thinking comes out when the situation is very grim or little bit crisis management. In crisis management, certain things which we create definitely yield good results also. So there the creative thinking explores what I feel personally rather than in a normal condition.
Right. Thank you so much for your insight, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, creative thinking needn't be scaled up with this context or that context. Anywhere when you have to troubleshoot the problem, when a situation seems to be crisis oriented, you are supposed to be there to handle it. Anything that you handle in your life, be it a domestic issue or else in your job and as a student in the classroom or as a citizen outside in the society in India, wherever you are, you definitely have to think differently. For your valuable
sorry for the
input.
inconveniences. Sorry.
No problem, madam. No problem. Sir has added his viewpoint. We welcome that. Please go ahead, ma'am. Next slide. There is a stream of fish which would travel in a linear direction, but only one fish which has taken a different direction. People who are not progressive might say, this fellow is moving away from us, will face problems, but that fish is quite clear, because can you understand why it is different? Its ambition is different and it can be easily sensed because it is going to be successful. Its colors are different, its wings are different, and its head has a curvy color, different color. So few colors in the form of characteristics among human beings like us will make us millionaires. If Dhirubhai Ambani had thought he would ever be a salesperson at a gasoline station, he would definitely have become there, being part of umpteen millions of Indian population. He has now turned out to be an empire. See, individuals' decisions, creative thinking, troubleshooting abilities, and lateral thinking, one after the other go together. Would definitely go. It's a feeling that the fish goes differently and it is not moving and doing journey or traveling with us, but it has its own clarity because it is different in terms of color, in terms of its direction. At times we may have to stop. Instead of going in a linear fashion, we may have to take an immediate step which would bring riches to our lives. Next step. That's an indication of this step. Next slide, ma'am. Creative thinking is a discipline. Yes, it's a discipline which has been explored by Edward D. Bono. Edward D. Bono is a great a psychologist, and he's a great writer who has authored many books and who has brought clarity in thinking and proposed a special study. Immediately, all human beings in this world must do the program is called thinking, and which is an ingenious program in all individuals' lives and which will bring some special gifts. Good thinkers of creativity become intentional about the thinking process. For instance, a prospective employee who has been drawing 25,000 rupees salary as an assistant professor might want to get 50,000 rupees in the form of salary, but it may not be possible immediately given the context of COVID now. When he really puts across all his views in his colleagues, they might laugh at him. Who are there these days to listen to us patiently and give us valuable and constructive suggestions? People are not going to spend time with us. But the one who really feels stressed out and frustrated. Instead of becoming negative, please, next slide, madam. Look at the image. How does the person on the image appear? What kind of feeling? Don't reveal all slides, madam. Stop it there. And there is one more slide. You stop it. Now look at the person. Now you can go ahead on the left side slide, madam. We have 3 important cues. Good thinkers always. Good thinkers of creativity become intentional about thinking process. This could be related to rags to riches concept, my dear friends. Rags to riches, which you could find in American English literature. If you look at the metamorphosis from history point of view or archaeology, the word is very essential for them. If you look at that word, metamorphosis, a gradual change from one state to the other state, from one condition to the other condition. This is called rags to riches, which leads to American dream. People who would like to fulfill their dreams must have to think differently in a good manner, and their thinking process is supposed to be correlated to what they think in fact, and their actions should be synchronized. Put yourself in the right place to think, shape, and stretch your boundary of creativity endlessly. Here in this context, let me give you an example. Gautama Buddha could not become enlightened until he was completely under the grip of family, bondage of family, like wife, sentiments. When he only had sat under Bodhi Vriksha, the tree, he started becoming enlightened. You see, a place is necessary to make a particular decision. That is the reason why these days in apartment culture, people especially go for thinking places. It might sound a bit weird, but still it is something which is necessary. We definitely find places to think, to make decisions, but we should make a creative thinking time a high priority. It's been said, a great psychologist and great personality development writer from America, Robin Sharma, you might have written, and you might have read his works, his series of books about monk who sold his Ferrari and who will cry when you die, and greatness, greatest living, and high thinking. These are the various components on which he commented in various books and sold lakhs in number. The point is, make a creative thinking time a high priority. What does he ask? Even all the people, even Brian Tracy, one of the greatest coaches for personal development, says, have your priority time. Live in daytime compartments. Try to bemoan or else to feel sorry about your life, about anything which you are not able to perform, or when you are not able to meet something else. He said, sorry time. It could be 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And be very clear, you ought to spend that time, especially for that. You shouldn't have to think about anything else. By doing this, even Shukera, in one of his books, he mentions this point clearly. You will become an exceptional individual if you shun out, means avoid all unnecessary clutter that has rusted your brain. Declutter, and your creative thinking will become manifested. Act on your good thoughts. Good thoughts will be saving money from 2021, spending less money on unexpected purchases. Economists do call this as compulsive purchases. See, I thought of buying 1 dozen of bananas, but when I see apples, they are very glamorous and beautiful. I get tempted to buy half dozen. And when I just go a little further, I might find some, beautiful candies and this and that. When my kids are with me, if they ask me persistently, Dad, please, let's go. If I don't say no, I might get tempted. I might get trapped in this so-called vicious circle. So this is one example from domestic point of view. Even in the job, even in the habits, we should not forget old habits die hard. Yes, the one who wanted to quit smoking for about 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, until he got diagnosed with cancer, and the doctor said you are going to die in just 6 months until you don't stop. Unless you don't stop. He simply connects it with 31st December. How crazy it is. The doctor has said in the month of September, but he so confidently says, I'm going to stop by stop from 1st January 2021. People become more, cringy, and they don't mind how they can manage them because of the bad thoughts. Welcome the good thoughts. Make your life more powerful. Transform your life. Yes, you are the leader of your family, and you are the leader of your profession. You are the leader of your community. What else do you expect in this world to be something better, something great, to call yourself to be so successful? We all need success in our financial matters. We need to save money. Good thoughts are necessary. Curb all expenditure. See the proactive things which would help you to manage with your finances. Girls' education necessary. Your son's marriage is necessary, and their jobs are necessary. And we need to buy a flat, and you need to live decently, and you need to ensure your family lives even after your death. I'm sorry. Continuously. This is Kala Chakra. In this circle, we all have to be knowing how we need to manage. It's only because of the good thoughts. Next slide, madam. He has proposed. I have a question again. If you just know, no, don't release, madam. Please don't release. Oh my God. Our friends have already known this. Okay, I can't ask this question. It's over. No need to, delete it. Please let it be there. This man has proposed 6-word formula for success in creative thinking. You could read it. If you ask me, I will do on your behalf. Think things through, then follow through. Think things through and then follow through. Wow. We think about something. We want to go to the ATM, but we don't go. Somewhere around, someone, our old friend asks, hey, Baji, wait here. Hello, Suresh, please. Where should we have to go? We have to go to the ATM. It should be done in 30 minutes because we have, a virtual class back in the house. We forget about that. We want to spend. This is called laziness in thoughts, bad thoughts. But this man, Eddie Rickenbacker, the First World War flying ace from the USA, has proved himself to be a very phenomenal, this flying ace, and he has given a great deal of contribution in his field. So what we can understand, Eddie says, think things through, which means be practical. Sometimes things go in a different direction, as they may not go as you feel. But you need to be more confident, and you should invest time, and you have to take immediate decisions to help yourself. People do not come to us to help us, to rescue us when we are in troubles. Then follow through. Follow through requires, this phrase tells us about commitment. We have decisions and we want to execute them, but lack of commitment leads to a very big failure. Next slide. Process. So in terms of this creative thinking and its process, what are we going to have? Ma'am, please go. What is this? You could find absolutely 3 dynamic aspects. Allow your emotions to create another good thoughts. It is possible if you have good company. Good people make good company, in the sense, if you are with good people, you do good things beautifully, and your thought processes are always brilliant, and you never lose a chance and miss out anything, and never become corrupt in the society. And repeat the process refers to, if you really have to make great deal of progress in something which you have not been acclimatized to or acquainted with, you must have to maintain consistency. For instance, the one who has to quit the smoking in the month of September has dragged it. Today it is 22nd December, again in the month of January 1st. Do you believe he is definitely going to quit it? Personally, I don't believe so. When he could not restrain himself, control the temptation, the trigger that he should stop going for it, upon the suggestion given by the doctor, when can he really have change? It's with regard to the bulges around the belly. I'm sorry to comment on this. People do really neglect. How about this? As a result, we have other gifts. Gift 1, type 2 diabetes. Gift 2, obesity. And if these two become part of our life, we start performing very less. When we are less performers, our employer identifies we are not doing well. So during the next pay hike sessions, he would keep our name away. That impacts entire financial ledger, the ledger of the family's progress. We cannot meet the requirements as we have expected. But it should not be the case, dear friends. We have to be constant and consistent practices necessary to welcome changes, to develop creative thoughts in a beautiful manner. Creative thinking isn't limited to artistic types. Creative thinking is a skill that anyone can nurture and develop. Yeah, usually when creativity comes into picture and into discussion, people do say creativity refers to its artists, musicians, and where they need to use creative faculties, for example, singing or else writers, all these things. Absolutely. Is creative thinking a trait? Yeah, it's a trait. More so, it is a skill. Anna Vakima, it's a skill. Creative thinking is a skill. You know, skills can be learned and they can be acquired. Now, it's in your scope, in your domain. You can still get it if you really have not practiced. Next slide, please. So there are many bubbles with different colors, but only one bubble which is picked to indicate that it's light. Yeah. So we are working in the organization and our students are 60 and we are among 20, but we always want to be recognized to be different and we want patting and we want some pay hikes. If that is to happen, we ought to be thinking differently. We should develop this skill. Next slide, madam. Yes, if we have implemented with conviction, with a lot of progressive mindset and with the preparedness. These days in 21st century, what kind of catchphrases have become propped up? Skilling, reskilling, upskilling. What are the unskilling? What are these words? They do mean one after the other. Somehow they have connectivity. All market is expecting the fresh graduates, if you look at students' employment point of view, to be skilled. It's been there over the years, over the generations, but skilled people in the world as at present, where virtual sessions have become really paramount and rule of the day, and even before that, software engineering positions and emotional intelligence, which has started becoming something essential to play the role in executing various projects and in making a sea change in the firm's total net worth. We ought to think about what we can do. The next slide, ma'am. So in this milieu, in this area of particular thing, so from students' employment point of view, it is suggested that top creative thinking skills need to be absorbed. What are the top creative thinking skills in this context? Yeah, next. Analytical. We ought to embrace the change to become analytical. By birth, the people are not leaders, it is true, but a few qualities in their DNA would make them to become leaders because that preparedness is not found in others. Similarly, analytical thinking is one kind of skill. It is an ability to analyze things first. It is lack of this skill, people make wrong decisions and become almost caught in the mire of difficulties. Next slide. Please introduce the slides. You will have the slides around 4 or 5 slides. Open-mindedness, problem solving, organization, and communication. See these skills. So if you really want to think of things no one else has considered before, this is called creativity. Why? Some people are followers, some people leaders. I would talk about Sundar Pichai at the end of the session, his journey and how Larry Page and Sergey Brin have committed to give him such a coveted post, thinking of things no one else has considered before. Before I just wrap up this session, in just 40 minutes preferably, what I would say is keep this point in mind. One of the figures in the contemporary areas in science and technology from India who migrated to the US and has become the CEO, Sundar Pichai. He just have an image in your mind and you would understand if he had not thought differently, would he have come to that level? And problem solving, ability to solve an important issue, an organization being able to structure a plan of action with clear goals and deadlines, strong written and oral skills, ability to listen and ask the right questions. If you or the people whom you train in your respective classes have these skills, I believe they will succeed in all their ventures, in all their steps they really have in day in and day out. Why? We usually go with monotonous style of life and we lead it with our own from our lenses. We see the world from our lenses. We do understand this is this, that, but It never goes that way. We have to be flexible enough. If we are not analytical, if this session is being viewed by the students studying third year or fourth year, what I can ask you is, be analytical. Your analytical skills would help you participate beautifully and productively in your discussions in the interviews. And your open-mindedness is something which is an essential, most sought after, picky topic and area characteristic for the employers. Employer would like to see you to be open-minded because they want to make progress with your assistance in the organization. And problem-solving skill. Not too many people have this problem. That is why we see, as someone has rightly pointed out, we people are not able to identify the solutions for the problems, be it domestic issues, professional issues, and issues in the community. Overall, we are not able to manage. All of them become a big crap and life becomes messy. Is it necessary? No, it is not necessary. It should not be necessary. It is not at all useful for us. So let us learn the art of finding solutions quickly with lateral thinking. And organization needn't be an organization where we work inside the house, among your friends. When you can organize well with your words, I'm sure you are someone who is going to become a leader. So leaders are people who organize so well. And communication, strong written and oral skills. It is said 90 out of 100 in all organizations lack in written skills. When you lack in written skills, it is predicted 10 only out of 90 people, definitely out of 100 out of 100 will become stuffless even in oral skills. Sometimes it is not about calligraphy, how you beautifully you write. It is about how well you express your ideas. So written skills do manifest in your oral skills. When people feel in writing powerfully so well, they might definitely have some handicap in speaking. But it can slightly be twisted this way. What is that? Some people who have writing skills powerfully may not be able to speak well, but people who can write well can speak well, and people who cannot write may be able to speak well. There are different arguments again. Why? It all depends on about exposure. For instance, I'm not literate. I did not learn how to write formally, but if I spend with people in North India, I may be able to learn speaking Hindi, but I don't know how to read, how to write. So speaking and writing, these are the two product skills, and which indicate our ability to succeed in the job we are in and in the society we live in. So we always have to strive for that. Next slide, madam. If you possess all these skills, you can go that way. So life will be so beautiful and you will become confident, coming to terms. Yeah, please go ahead, madam. Please introduce all the slides. There's only one slide, it seems here. Creative thinking is the ability to consider something in a new way. In simple terms, if you really want to ask what is creativity, consider something in a different way. Do something in a different way. And it is thinking outside the box. It is thinking outside the box. So far, our fathers as well as parents in general have taught us how we can think differently and troubleshoot the issues. If you look at daddy's approach in finding the solutions for a problem, we will have a handful of experiences, dear friends. So all these things actually have materialized in their lives, but they have not been documented and they don't know all these things. Otherwise, today, millions of families in this world would not have become rich, would not lead lives meaningfully with a balanced mindset. On the other hand, there are people who are still leading lives unmindfully as well as without balance. What is the reason? If they stop once and think about their flaws in their lives, they definitely have to go for this creative thinking. Next slide, madam. Please think outside your box is the thing. I would give you this topic. In fact, I was so much curious to present before you. It's out of this context, but it is related to this. There was no power, a flat, complete power, blackout. What should I do? Just 30 minutes in advance, I came to know that power would be restored by 2 o'clock today. But at 10 o'clock, I must come to your session. What must I do? You could guess what I should have done. And if you could ask me, I would let you know later. So there are many challenges to handle. I thought, oh my God, what should I do? But my subconscious mind told me, and I was assured, you are doing a topic today on creative thinking and lateral thinking. If there is no power at your house, why can't you apply your creative thinking skill at this moment? Be practical. And why don't you do the session today? Less than 20 minutes by 10 o'clock. I was thinking this, and I succeeded. I would tell you how I did, and I tell you and how things could be sometimes manageable and amazing. Activity time. And my friends are really feeling a bit, pensive. Your pensive mood will not be helpful. Please come here and stay tuned to the screens. And I know, these Zoom sessions will make all of you become so flexible, feel free, and you don't turn on videos and you go elsewhere, start this. That's not the case. Let us get something else. Madam, please introduce the next slide. What do you see? There is something. There is an image. Can you please respond? Yeah. There is a pic with some colors. Can you describe, madam or sir? I request the participants to describe this. Can you please? Light bulb, fantastic. Afreen madam, thank you very much. Light bulb, commendable. Next, group of thoughts. Anavaki. Group of thoughts. Wow. She is so abstract in her thinking and so pragmatic in her approach. I welcome you, ma'am. Any other chat, text? S. Dhanwade. Bulb reacting as per colors. Wow. Bulb reacting as per colors. All right. Colorful life. Dr. Joginder Pal sir has confirmed clearly. Yes, it's colorful life. It's the bulb which is reacting to different colors. And this is a spectrum of life, decorative light, enchanting, enthusiasm. Wow! A gushing flow of the words from you. What else is needed than this? I'm so much happy to meet you all. So committed, so excellent, brilliant. Multicolored, multi-reactions. That's fantastic. All these qualities I'm expecting from you now in this activity. Are you all ready to participate in it? Emotional explosion. Please, thank you very much. Please do explode emotionally now. The activity is getting. Madam, please go ahead. Next slide. Emotional explosion. Wow, Supriti ma'am, how great. Your coinage is, increased. We are discussing this creative ability or lateral thinking out of the box. Would you add something if you consider this as an adjective? Number of thoughts. Rajini Koya. Thank you, madam. Increased what? Would you please add something and describe a scenario? Anything from your life, professional life. Bulb is idea we feel. Those ideas with colors and color life. Wow, Nagendra Kumar sir. Commendable. So, poets, they are just coming like anything. Increased, madam, introduce the connected phrase to it. Imagination, yes. St. Coleridge talked about fancy and imagination in his literary criticism. Yes, imagination is something which is a pedestal to form ideas. I go with you. Madam, please introduce. Next slide. Different concepts. Absolutely. Increased resilience to success. I just would like to ask one of you to promptly reply or else respond on increased resilience to success. What is this? Why is this? And its total, matrix. Two things. What is this and how is this? Where would you like to keep this phrase, increased resilience to success, in your analysis, which is supposed to be related to lateral thinking? Okay. Please, madam, give them permission to raise hand. Please raise your hand and respond quickly, but do not take more than 1 minute, dear friends. More than 1 minute means, we cannot continue the session because we need to go. Telagam garu, moods, all right. But I would like to ask you, please do respond on this increased resilience to success. Increased resilience to success. How would you define it? What is this and why is this? These are the two WH informative words I am putting across you. Please do answer. Amarnath Reddy. Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Turn on your video. We would like to see you. Only 1 minute.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Sir, namaste, sir. If you maintain resilience, that means when the situation comes, you must control your emotions. You get my voice, sir?
Yes, yes, beautifully. But others are talking. I request the participants to refrain from talking and please give space for the speakers. We can go smoothly this way.
Yes, sir.
What you say?
Yes, sir. If you maintain silence, that means what I feel that it is almost like meditation. It gives a lot of energy to you. So it gives the great output that you can give in the right time. That's
Why
what
is
I
it?
believe.
Why is this increased resilience to success? Where would you really
Yes, sir,
want to
a lot
use
of
this
potentiality
device?
within you. Yes, what
Okay.
I believe that you have a lot of potential within you, but in the tense condition, maybe it may be not
Wow.
able to come out. But when you
Right.
are calm, so the maximum output you can give. So it is definitely.
Right. Did this quality help you in your life, sir? May I ask this question with your permission?
Definitely, sir. So
Have you spotted this quality in you
it is
throughout your
applicable
life?
to
Have
everybody.
you been able to manage your life successfully with this quality? Give us one example.
Yes, sir. Yes, definitely. When you are riding a bike, so riding bike tells how is your intuition in your inner side,
Right.
isn't it? So if you are very happy, if you are in great, what we call,
Mr. Amarnath Reddy, sorry to disturb you. Could you please remove your hand while you are speaking? We couldn't able to see you.
okay,
properly,
madam,
right?
okay.
Sorry.
So I think my voice may be not audible. That's why I keep my hand.
Your voice is audible. Only
not
thing
Your
is
voice
you
is
have
audible, but we
kept
couldn't
your
able to
fingers
see your
on the
video.
webcam.
Okay, is it okay, madam?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Somebody is keeping the
is,
fingers. Yours or
sir?
somebody else. Yeah.
Sir, is this example appropriate for you?
Oh, thank you very much,
riding a
sir.
bike-
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Suchitra, madam, stay consistent and ability. All
thank you,
these
sir.
features
Thank
are there. Thank you, madam. Madam, please introduce next slide. Thank you, Amarnath Reddy garu. Thank you so much. Next slide, madam, please. Next phrase with its feature. Improved what? Please connect it with the proper phrase. Life satisfaction. Wow, this is something in the store. Improved life satisfaction. Oh, life satisfaction is necessary for me, for you, for our neighbors, for our enemies, for our friends, all people. But it should not be ordinary, it should be improved life satisfaction. Did you find this off late? Or if you did not find, why? What could be the reason? In 1 minute, please do respond. One of the participants, quickly. Yes. Thank you, Jessie ma'am. Stress-free life is always satisfaction. It's a satisfactory. We can lead happily. Anyone else? Would anyone please do respond? Improved life satisfaction. Why is it possible? How is it possible? Why is it necessary? If you want me to just sum it up, improved life satisfaction comes when we lead life meaningfully, that's all. If life goes beyond the track, it becomes unimproved. And of course, gratitude in character and kindly, Madam Kushbu Chandra. Dr. Kushbu Chandra is interested to give us some inputs. Madam, please unmute her. Dr. Kushbu Chandra, over to you. Please comment on this. Nagendra Kumar sir, Dr. Nagendra Kumar sir, would you like to comment? Kushbu madam, Vani madam.
Yes, sir. But
May I
I
request the
wasn't
host
able
to
see
unmute
her
Dr.
present.
Kushbu?
Yeah, I allowed them, sir, to unmute themselves. Just a second.
Yeah. Dr. Kushbu, you have been given permission
Yeah,
to unmute
yeah,
yourself.
hello. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Sir, actually, I just
Good
want to say
morning.
means life satisfaction means if we have, in the sense, if we have more money, also we are not satisfied. If we have less money, so thing is that if we can find inner satisfaction within us, means what we have is the grace of God. So that makes us happy. Or if
Yeah.
we will keep happy ourselves, then our family will be happy.
So in this dichotomy, you said, money, more money or less money, not satisfaction. What is something that is necessary now to find this beautiful space? Okay, contentment is necessary. Contentment. When we are content enough, definitely whatever we have, with the less means, we can be happy. Madam, please introduce. Thank you so much, Dr. Kushbu, for your valuable input on this particular phrase. Madam, please, Vani madam. Others are, I think, unmuting themselves. Please mute yourselves. That doesn't help us. We are with nice Rajini Puya must be in journey. Enhanced, yeah. Yeah. In other words, it is self-actualization. Absolutely. Fantastic point, Nagendra garu. Self-actualization. Yeah. When people start believing in themselves and trying to come to terms with life, how it is being given or accorded, people would definitely have, some kind of balanced mindset. Ma'am, please introduce enhanced what? Enhanced? Wow, great, Anna Walkie. You have come up with a noun, productivity. But we have something in store for you. What is that? Enhanced performance. Thank you so much, sir. Enhanced performance is something which is necessary for all the employers. Enhanced performance is necessary for husband, from wife. And enhanced performance is necessary from mother to all the kids. Enhanced performance is necessary for the teacher, from all the students. Wherever we go, this is not a greedy point, but it is something which is a paramount important thing. We all need to enhance our performance. So these are the few gifts. If you could really start thinking differently and learn this thinking out of the box skill and lateral thinking, you can enhance your performance and you can improve your life satisfaction, because wherever you go, you are welcome, and you will be working at the peak level, which is expected of you, and you would earn decent rewards, and you would gain more commitments, I mean support from the place where you are. And this way, students, employees, employers, and people in general become satisfied. Next slide, madam. I'm so thankful to all the participants in this particular topic and in this particular game, particularly in this answering phrases. I thank you so much once again. Solve them. Again, another tiny discussion, tiny topic is coming. Madam, introduce the first slide. Yes, don't introduce immediately. That will be the answer. A carrot, a scarf, and 5 pieces of coal are found lying on the lawn. Nobody put them on the lawn, but there is a simple logical reason why they are there. What is it? You just have only 1 minute to answer. Anyone, please text your message in the chat. It's already 11 o'clock, 42 minutes. Can you answer this? It's a mind game to sharpen your brain, a lateral thinking activity. Carrot, scarf, and 5 pieces of coal are found lying on the lawn. Participate in this. Please send us your answers quickly. No answers yet. Already 20 seconds left. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Kushbu ma'am has performed so many things at a time. Has she sent? She hasn't. But time is up. Vani madam, please introduce the answer. The carrot, the scarf, and pieces of coal. The items were used by children to build a snowman that has now melted. That is why they are there. So this is where you can start thinking differently. Stop thinking in a way which you have been doing and differently. You will get answers like this. Next question, are you all ready? Please show your thumbs, digital thumbs. I will just feel you are participating actually in it. Madam, please introduce next question. Our participants are very active this morning. A woman had 2 sons. They were born at the same hour, on the same day, of the same month, in the same year. Oh my God, how many phrases with same? What is this? Once again, let me see. Same hour, same day, same month, same year. However, they were not twins. How could this be? Don't introduce madam. Wait. Your time starts now, friends. 1 minute. Can please answer this? Now we have seen the theory and we have identified the objectives, the benefits of it. We are practically doing a few activities to develop lateral thinking in this session. You can use these sessions in your classes. Perceptive difference. Okay, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Panda. Thank you, sir. Dr. Ramesh, thank you so much. She may be in a garden and meet to the children. All right, different thinking.
Right. The other son may be his stepson, sir.
Pardon, sir?
The woman has 2 sons, so the other may be the stepson. Stepson means.
All right, okay. Now you have proved yourself. You have started thinking laterally. Commendable.
Am I right?
Please give claps. She may be a
Maybe they are
doctor.
triplets.
She's a doctor. Your time is up, dear friends. Madam, for their convenience, please release the answer.
Maybe they are triplets.
Yes, going to see that. A girl with beautiful smile has come here. Her 2 sons were part of a set of triplets or quadruplets, etc. That's the answer.
Yes.
We may be wrong, but none of us is as equal as all of us. This is an international theory. Similarly, all your answers might be correct in one way or other, but the answer we have is her 2 sons were part of a set of triplets or quadruplets. This way, we can create some sessions, more rejuvenated sessions, to give kind of respite to the students from regular classes, at least 5-10 minutes. You can use today, this is the digital world. The digital platforms are going to rule the world, and we are not going to play the teacher's role. In the British Council, the belief in the English language teaching also, I believe all of you, mostly 99% of the participants today are from English fraternity. What I can offer, I suggest, I'm a junior for all of you mostly, but still my little knowledge which I have acquired tells me that to present, student talking time should be enhanced, as well as teacher talking time should be reduced. We are teachers, but our teaching should be going towards facilitation. We need to facilitate the topics and we need to be more creative. This is an essential component for the English teachers today, because the students are able to tap English podcasts, English knowledge, grammar, all lessons to learn English. What is the necessity of a student to meet us? Why should we have to be present before him? If you look at ingvid.com, there are many videos of Ronnie, of Christine, or various other teachers, more than 15 teachers, and different outputs, resources. And UGC under Swayam Prabha, we have different portals, English language from IIT Madras, English language videos from IIT Delhi, and various other programs like me. People are making digital content. What is your specialty? If you do not think creatively, the world will not welcome you. This is the rule of the day, and we need to change. Next slide. I thank all the people for your impressions that you said it's good. I'm so much humbled and pleased to receive your comments. Thank you so much, all of you. How does it work? Okay, we know it's defined so powerfully and it has got some limitations, and it is something, we have seen its activities. How does it work? We need to see the end result, because when I buy this, this one must make me sure, kind of feeling that it should be useful for me. I would ask its longevity. How long would it work when I buy it? So this thermoflask will help me drink water during winter season and cold water in the summer season. After having considered all its features with a critical view, critical bent of mind, I would go to buy it. I can spend money. Similarly, we must have to think, particularly on this creative thinking and lateral thinking. How does it work? Next slide now. Artistic creativity, creative problem solving, creativity in STEM. If you look at these words, I would like to pick the first word, artistic creativity. Today, the artists 2 decades ago who were seen nearby our houses in the cities to make some banners have vanished. The profession has gone. You can recollect the memories. When we wanted to conduct a department meeting in the department, we were going to an artist who would write his letters, with brush, and he would charge 200 rupees, 500 rupees, something. He was using acrylic paints and he would make it for more than 2 days. And it was something difficult. Today we have flexi banners. How fast the world has changed. You just, type. You can type the requirement and you can send it to the press. That fellow will send you with a boy in just less than 2 hours. Whatever the flexi banner in whatever the size you want. So where is that profession? It's gone. Artistic. And those people have evolved to be creative as well as lateral thinkers. Now they have purchased, investing lakhs of rupees in these technical gadgets, and they have established, installed, running the businesses. If they had thought our brush culture is over, they would have wrapped up without any recognition into oblivion. But they have positively built up ideas. Now you could see many offset printing presses. In each printing press you could find a very big development. But creative thinking or lateral thinking is not specifically confined to this area. If you look at problem solving, in which area can you say problem solving cannot be found? If you go to IAS examinations, Union Public Service Commission from 2011, correct me if I am wrong, has specifically brought a phenomenal change. CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test. Civil Service Aptitude Test requires the candidates to be more problem solvers, and it demands people to be more proactive in thinking. And critical thinking, analytical thinking, and technical bent of mind are the few things which are required to become IAS officers. Earlier, we would have a paper pattern like paper 1, paper 2. These days, the first attempting paper is CSAT, and later directly paper 2. If you look at GRAE, if you look at TOEFL examination with all LSW skills, they are not going to be so easy. And the questions we will be given during listening task are rather, difficult for ordinary teachers. We have to open our eyes and we must have to find the solutions of the problems. We being the teaching fraternity, if you being a viewer of this session now is a student, you have to think in multifaceted manner. You might become a bank employee. You might want to become a Group 2 officer. You might want to become a Group 1 officer. You might plan to become an engineer after having qualified for GATE examination, with which you would like to get into one of the public sector units in the Indian government. Or else you might plan to move abroad. Wherever you go, you should have this characteristic. You should be a very decent problem solver. If you still again say, I'm here to help you, I don't know how to solve the problem, the world will move fast. Your perks, allowances, expectations will come down. Creativity in STEM. It's very pertinent to establish this view. So what is the STEM? Can anyone answer this? This is an abbreviation, acronym. What is the STEM? STEM. Can it be said in a different way? S stands for, T stands for, E stands. You're welcome. Science. Anna Barkley, thank you so much. Science. Next, yes. How about TEM? TEM, TEM?
Technology, engineering, management.
Thank you, Dr. Joginder sir. Thank you, Dr. Joginder and Vana, Anna. And your name a bit difficult has become for me. I'm extremely sorry. Anyhow, both of you, commendable job. All of you, please give digital claps. I am giving practical claps. And let us encourage and welcome this change. Science.
This is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Mathematics. Can we imagine the world without these disciplines, these branches, and these sciences, and these platforms?
Not at all. Not at all.
It is beyond. Yes, it is obviously possible for us to say no, because the entire gamut of this technical world has been placed on the crux and the focal base and the pedestal of this STEM STEM. Of course, it's a STEM which germinates different leaves of products. All economists in the world get driven with positive vibes with this STEM only. If you go to America, Australia, Africa, or stay back in India, this is necessary. So it works if you are creative in any field, science, technology. Some people in the last 1.5 decades have kept on complaining. Our sciences have become, inferior to technology, as technology has become a pervasive, or in other words, ubiquitous feature. So we have become inferior. I would say no. If that is the case, how about Nobel Prizes? How would they continue far-flung inquiries in the long unexplored and unstated solutions? Why would this hypothesis always become very clear for all the research scholars? We should not complain that science is becoming less inferior to technology. They are two wheels. They go in tandem. They go hand in hand. They go together. Whereas engineering and mathematics, Vani madam, you please disable. Somebody has become very active in lateral thinking. They are trying to draw a picture on this. I think we could, there is an option called disable annotations. Kindly do that, madam. I request, this is a formal and very decent session. Dear participants, kindly don't draw any pictures here. This is not, this doesn't look nice. Vani madam?
Yes.
Madam, please go to this disable annotations option. Please click on that. You will find it in the screen option only. Okay. Spurti madam, you are very creative. Converted STEM into STEAM. What do you mean by this? Madam, please erase these marks. Someone, maybe unintentionally, people have done it. Okay, A stands for odd. All right. Please go to the next slide, madam. So, dear participants, today let us be proactive and open-minded to welcome the change, to think differently, and welcome the creative thinking. And when it comes to types of creative thinking, this particular phenomenal thing has been explained already. Madam, please introduce. So, we have different creative thinking paradigms. And the first thing is going to be, next slide, ma'am. Click on the next one. It's a simple concept: analysis, open-mindedness, problem solving, organization, communication. This was discussed in nutshell. In order to make it clear, I have again inserted this. We need to be analytical to be successful. If you want to make your class successful, many people don't learn English. During the employment category, the employers and all the campus placement in charges are asked to develop and sharpen the speaking skills of students. This has become a common tendency these days in engineering colleges. What is our approach and what is our answer? If we are not analytical about making the analysis, what are the pros and cons of our lecture and what we do, what are the inputs we are giving in the class, what do students get out of our classes, sessions, we are not going to make any progress. And we need to be open-minded to receive the feedback. There are two things, dear friends. One is feedback, the other thing is testimonial. So when people do comment on exactly your positive things, that becomes your testimony. And that is something which is crucial for your CPD, continuing professional development. But when people try to give you feedback, they mean to give you feedback with your weaknesses and strengths, which you are expected to receive positively. And problem solving is not necessarily connected with technical people. It is connected with the house, our life, connected with children, upbringing, connected with purchases, connected with our practical professional problems. And communication in general, what we speak is what we are. So what we are is a reflection of what our habits are. So our habits make our lives differently and definitely. All we have to do is we need to look at these things as we frequently update our smartphone or system, as new upgrades are notified from time to time. Similarly, we need to upgrade and to see whether our analysis capacity is okay, whether we are committed, whether we do have open-mindedness to look at things positively, and our organization skills are better this way. Next slide. Yes. No one single color brings the beauty or richness to the pic. the combination and the conglomeration of multifold colors and the myriad, I would say, Narayan uses this word, myriad, motley of myriad voices in his one of the famous books. Let me recount this. The title is Swami and His Friends, as well as Malgudi Days in one of the books, The Man-Eater of Malgudi, to describe Nataraj's characteristics and his particular behavior. Narayan, Indian famous writer, mentions this myriad voices, myriad colors are the reflection of all aspects sought by individuals in this world. Next slide. Who would like to be a champion? Next slide. Please raise your hand. Please show me your digital claps or digital hands, thumbs. Yes, I would like to be a champion in my life. Who would like to go with me? The champion would get the cup. It's there. Madam, please click. Madam, please go. Advantages. Yes, when you are very perfect and when you have become very clear about how you can make use of this creative thinking, you can come from the bottomless perdition. I would like to say bottomless perdition. This is one of the phrase all literature backgrounds, literary various can remember. This has been used by John Milton. He uses when he describes the Saturn and its features and the world underneath the earth, the bottomless perdition. I would say when you feel that you are in the grim situation, when you are not able to perform well, when you don't have pattern, you feel that you are being neglected by your husband, by your wife, by your friends, by your neighbors, anybody else, by your employer even. Please, there is a ladder. The ladder is white in color. Whiteness indicates brilliant thought. Start thinking differently. You may definitely find a vast, a vast space which spans across to let you walk, run, and take your own strides. You will become a champion. Next, madam, please introduce. Placement first priority. If it is students, please think about placement. If that is the case, you are in the darkness, means ignorance. You can come up with the help of lateral thinking and creative thinking. That is a ladder that you could see. Troubleshooter, be a troubleshooter, and always don't get involved in traditional thinking and become failure. You can definitely become successful if you start thinking differently. Conflict management, this is very essential for any predominant growth of a business. So this skill comes automatically when you start thinking out of your box. Simplification. When things have become complex, for example, just now we have had a grim picture on the screen. So ma'am has applied her lateral thinking. What did she do? She simply stopped. Instead of complaining how she could do, she stopped it, and again she has recast. This is something we could do. There is no complaint, dear friends. All we can do is understanding, adjusting, and mastermindedness. Mastermindedness is something. This may not be possible. You might question me. Can all people become masterminded, oriented? No, it is not possible. But if you believe, you can be. Belief makes anything. The neurotransmitters in your brain, in your neural system, because brain has two parts, the right side brain and left side brain. The neural triggers would make you feel that you are something. Start visualizing what you want to be. If you want to become a masterminded champion, definitely you can become. All you have to do is have imagination. Great imagination. Delegation skills. Why can't we really get delegation skills? Today, it is like even a degree college level lecturer, even the principal sometimes takes the help of somebody. It is needless to say, and it is something which it is necessary. They depend on somebody else to perform a particular task. It is not that they don't know knowledge, they don't have knowledge, they know everything, but there are some inadequacies. Such inadequacies maybe with regard to this communication. Creative thinking and lateral thinking. They may not be able to perform tasks in a very systematic way, in a very organized manner, where their subjects might be able to perform so well. So your success is decided by how you perform and take decisions. Competitive spirit. Competitive spirit is there among us. So we, assistant professors or associate professors or professors, each one of us has got competitive spirit. If you have not got competitive spirit, I am sure you would not have been present in this session, because you want to make some progress. You want to be something different from others. That's why you are striving and participating in these sessions to enrich your thoughts, being part of your continuing professional development and stable life. Yes, when we have professional success, lot of cash flow is there in the house. We could feel lot of cash, but sorry, we can't feel cash these days. All plastic money and just money in the air. That's it. It's the number money. That's okay. So the cash flow is there if you really and stress relief. Once you become very clear about taking appropriate decisions amidst clamor, pandemonium, and distraught and stressed out life, you can definitely make use of this aspect, and you can become, you can become a leader too. Yes, you will become stress-free and you can lead life. These are the advantages. These things need not be connected with English faculty. These are the characteristics necessary for the old leaders, national leaders, business tycoons, and ordinary human beings. Next slide, madam. So if you would let me take a few minutes, I would be able to finish this task, since practically in the beginning we had some teething problems. And now I am going to talk about teachers. In the teachers community or faculty, what would they have to really get? What are the takeaways? Madam, please go ahead. There's a beautiful stuff for you. It's been waiting for us. Ma'am, please introduce. Next slide. Wow. 12 benefits of creativity. Wow, what a nice thing it is. Today you have invested your valuable time. For having done so, your God and my God and the belief we have in God, that power has given this opportunity, dear friends. 12 benefits of creativity. What are they? Creativity is multidisciplinary. If anyone can read it, I would be so happy to listen to you. One of you do start. There is no time limit for it, but you need to start in 10 seconds. Madam, please give permission to one of the participants. Thank you, Rani, madam. Thank you, Rani, madam. Thank you so much. One of you, please.
Number one, creativity is multidisciplinary. Number two, creativity allows you to express yourself. Number three, creativity prompts outside the box. Number four, creativity reduces stress and anxiety. Number five, creativity allows you to enter your happy to one and have fun. Number six, creativity gives you a sense of purpose. 7, creativity leads to feelings of accomplishment and pride. Number 8, creativity can link you to others with the same passion. Number 9, creativity improves your ability to focus. Number 10, creativity promotes risk-taking and iteration. Risk-taking and iteration. Creativity is a prerequisite for innovation. Creativity encourages us to be lifelong learners. Creativity.
Wow. Please give claps, sir. Yeah, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Satyanarayan Garu. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, sir. What a great basket of gifts for all of us. Teachers, if we are creative, how phenomenal changes can we welcome in our classes? It's going to be awesome. Why can't we think that immediately right now we can shift? Yes, we can. It encourages us to think differently, Madam Anavaki. So let us do it. Next slide. This is a very beautiful clip. You take a pic of this and implement in your classes, because we are in the virtual mode and digital platforms rule this world. Next, Madam. Yeah, I'm going to wind up the session with this particular phenomenal change. Creative thinking in life. We have seen creative thinking in profession, creative thinking in students, management and classroom management, various things. But in general, what is its share in life? Let's see who will come here. Madam, please introduce a great personality. Wow, great person. Can you please guess who this man is? Who this man is? Can you please guess? You can chat, keep your text in the chat.
Is it Edison, Thomas Alva Edison?
Wow, great. Please give claps, sir. Please, all the participants. What a great, brilliant recognition. You have got good skill. Thomas Alva Edison. Madam, next slide. An icon for innovation with a collection of patents for over 1,000 inventions. His approach towards joint thinking, collaborating with other innovators, and always thinking positive came to light in his work and problem-solving thinking. If people still say it is not possible for me, look at Thomas Alva Edison. What does he say? I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. How powerful his statement is. Fully packed with positive thinking. Dear friends, yes, you might fail in getting accomplished in terms of UGC NET examination. You might not be able to qualify for AP set exam or any board set examinations. You might not be able to do any other task being part of your profession. Please think about Thomas Alva Edison. Every effort he has made is considered to be a kind of invention for him. So each piece of effort we perform, we do and undertake will become part of our life. Next slide. Creative thinking life. Who is going to help us? Wow, there is a boy, but he's not a boy. Can someone help me? Who must this be? I'm not able to understand who this. Hello, who is this?
Albert Einstein or Isaac Newton? Albert Einstein, right?
Wow, child. Yes, Afrin madam, you're right. He's a child, but he
Resembles.
looks like. Yes, he takes after. He resembles Einstein, Albert Einstein. What does he have in the store to tell us? Madam, introduce, please. He constantly challenged notions, not only his own, but those that came to reach revolutionary new ideas. There will be criticism. There will be critics around you. People would like to make you feel, less and low. That is their duty, programmed to be like that. We can't help it going this way. All we have to do is make your own agenda. Live in it. Look at Einstein. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. If you think that you can do, you can take this as role models. Instead of reading them as general knowledge, comprehensive figures, we can take them as competitive role models to shape our thought processes. Next, madam. Yes, you might guess this person. Does he really have anything to say to tell us? Apple reminds us of a great figure who is there.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs has given many jobs. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, Ramanathan sir, thank you. What does he have to tell us in the store? Madam, please go ahead. An entrepreneur and visionary in technology, changing the way people use computers in their everyday lives, introducing the personal computer revolution, introducing the iPod, iPhone, and iPad. He was an innovator, funding the creation of Pixar, initiating a development in the visual effects industry with the first computer animated film comprehensively. Wow, Dr. Ramesh, yes, absolutely. His catchy phrase, famous quote, stay hungry, stay foolish. Good, which gives you purpose to lead life, to catch your objectives. Creativity is just connecting things, what he has felt about creativity. Connecting things, but are you prepared to connect things? Or leaving as they are, alike? You need to connect. Let's learn something from him. Next slide, Mar. We ought to be different. Yes, we are all prepared now. We have understood the importance of creative thinking, lateral thinking, or thinking out of the box. Introduce, madam. Introduce all the slides. We ought to be different. What kind of imagination or idea would you get when you look at this picture? You can unmute and tell me. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs, but one egg is different, and one egg is almost broken, and 3 eggs left. What is this? Each thing in the pic, on the pic does have something. Thank you, Afrin madam. Proactive, Aisha Siddiqui, broken is broken, okay. Well, this is a failed scenario in your life. It might have happened yesterday. This might have taken place in this decade in your life. We get broken. Means people tend to humiliate us people tend to dehumanize us. People purposefully want to demean us, belittle us. This is their journey. This is that they want, because we are progressing. But even after a few, if they have begun to break all our spirits, be prepared to handle this battle, to face all such things. A hammer is a very powerful tool to break a very brittle substance or the stuff, a shell. But you can, if you have the lateral thinking and thinking out of the box context, you can win the world. You can still wear a helmet here. Similarly, you can protect yourselves. Corona has brought many changes in lives. Mouth etiquette, personal cleanliness to more advanced level, and hand sanitization, which we had known, but we had never been practically conscious. Similarly, any change would have its own course of activities. It has its own course of byproducts. Do avoid criticism. Do avoid people with, bad thoughts and people who try to belittle you with your, individual defensing mechanism that comes with lateral thinking. Next slide, means. People do ask, how is it possible? A beautiful flower on the road. I would say, not me. Proven fact in the research and experiences practically in the in the longitudinal studies, it's possible. You have seen such images, practical images nearby your building, nearby the wall, on the road. Sometimes we question, is it possible? We only think it is going to break the entire building and create fissures and gaps. But when you look at this from our discussion, yes, when people are positively dynamic, they can make everything possible. Even in the road, you can find a flower, you can blossom. Even if your status now is poor, dark, really grim, you can evolve to be a successful individual. You can rule the world. You can be positive. You can transform yourself. Nothing is impossible. Thank you, Rajni Koya. Thank you, madam. Next slide, please. Yes. Never say whether it is possible. Always say, yes, it is possible. Next, a leader. Madam, please introduce the slides quickly. I would call him leader, not because he's from India, because he's proven to be a very successful person. A boy from Ashok Nagar, Tamil Nadu, attended a school, with, Jawahar Navodaya school, and who planned to become something, who never expressed his anger, went out his anger, had maintained his cool composure, went to IIT Kharagpur in West Bengal, and landed in the USA, his dreamland. Did his master's in management studies when his parents were completely appalled. Why? A technical student with materials and MME studies. Materials, MME means material science engineering in IIT Kharagpur. But why did he choose MBA's program? People did not understand. When his parents knew about this development, they were really unhappy. They asked him and chided literally as a composer, confident connection with the son and the parents model. He simply did not answer. Later he proved. Only when he had learned the skills in marketizing his skills. It's not about how much knowledge you have got, dear friends. You need to learn how to marketize your skills. Today, 99 people fail in marketizing their ideas. Marketizing need not necessarily be a formal education. From villages to metros and megacities, it can be seen. He learned the techniques how to materialize and marketize his potential skills. Technology on one hand. One thing, MMA students do not usually focus on electronics and electricals combinations, but he did research and produced a thesis on electricals and electronics, particularly electronics and their behavior in materials and their applications. The professor who taught him closely was so much appalled, and he was confused why this boy took this and why was he doing. But when he landed in the US, in one of the interviews he mentioned why he did. It gave him different perspective. He learned altogether how he could handle connecting to this digital world. Now, a man studying BTech with MME program is now a giant figure of Google, the world's largest technically advanced browser and search engine. And it has given us various products today. Madam, please introduce. What does he have to say? Focus on education is a big strength. Good. I want to see young people focus on creativity and take more risks. The last words of Hibbs are very essential, my dear friends. We need to focus on the risky things. And people who are negative by nature and who always criticize themselves and try to belittle cannot take decisions. They would definitely settle in the jobs where in ordinary sections they get employment. But he was spotted by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. And nothing is impossible if you try to reach. Excellent point, Amit Sen, Alit Sen Gupta ji. Thank you so much. Good. His life is a big testimony for us. Now he is able to give crores of rupees to the donations to the poor and needy, and they are doing some charities too. We must take and emulate this figure from the contemporary scenario. All the students and the scholars and the teachers. Now we have to start thinking creatively and differently. Next slide, ma'am. We are going to wrap up this session in just 3 minutes. People would ask, how to train brain? I'm going to give you as an encapsulated stuff. Train your brain with this mind mapping. Mind mapping is one of the areas which you could consider. Sometimes you could consider problem solving Sudokus on the papers which we have, and we have different books. You can definitely contact those sites and books where you have different mind mapping or mind stimulating activities which definitely help you. You would train your brain context helps us understand mind mapping. What is this? You need to plan. You can you can be creative, and you can be productive. You can be collaborative. You can gain more benefits. Today, people do not want to collaborate because they have preconceived notions that if I have to collaborate somebody, they would learn my secrets. Then they will make me inferior, and they will become successful. This is a wrong attitude. Please be collaborative in this liberalization, privatization, and globalization economy. We have to be collaborative. And productivity. Productivity comes when we when we are efficient and when we are intuitive. Intuitiveness gives us strength to make positive decisions, and we can receive more vibes. And as this pick exemplifies various branches and sub-branches, all this you can take a pick of this and helps us stay focused and develop lateral thinking. Next slide, madam. Please introduce all the slides on this pic. Yeah, we are almost at the end of, fag end of the session. I would like to give a few takeaways. If you are prepared to please pick them. Most of all, differences of opinion are opportunities for learning. Yeah, encourage differences of opinion means encourage group discussions in your classes. Give a topic where students cannot arrive at a conclusion. Let them discuss endlessly and see that how people become either aggravators or else less aggravators, sometimes medium. If you could find mediocre students, give them some pushing, whereby making them become more active in your sessions. And you yourself personally feel differences of opinion will give the chance. I will give you one practical, let me recount an example from Larry Page and Sergey Brin. These guys actually, met at Stanford in 1995. They were very curious. At 19, Larry Page had more views, and they were so stunningly astounded looking at the progress of Microsoft. But in the US, that is the giant, and in the world, people were really thinking about Microsoft, and it has come up with various versions and products. Why these people became the established, co-founders for Google, and how did it become so successful? And a person from India has been spotted by these guys. How did it happen? Much less, less in age, and he's rather young to them. But how could he become so successful in their vision and total matrix? Because of differences of opinion would lead to opportunities for learning. When we start talking differently with positive bent of mind, we will explore various things. So this is a very big concept. I am to lead, not follow. This phenomenal phrase has to be in every mind. So I am to lead means I have to lead my life perfectly. I should not become a follower. Efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. Yes, when you feel that you are efficient, your output will become efficient. A small company depends on great people much more than a big company does. What is this? Madam, please introduce the pic also here. A small company depends means any effort you start, which is going to be something at the nascent stage. I mean, in the beginning, it feels very, very, it's very, not so beautiful, and it's not so effective, it's not so great, it doesn't give any happiness. But as the days go by, you will tap the potential, you will have lots and lots of encouragements and good outputs, and recognize a problem before it becomes an emergency. Yes, I said a cigarette smoker who did not really become serious of a suggestion or a prescription given by the doctor is going to have emergency one day. Similarly, if you are a spendthrift, stop the spending and find the ways how to control your spending. Having control of your actions will always be blessing, and you can always be collaborative, and your team will be so healthy to achieve good results. And other picks are still there in this particular slide. Madam, please introduce. Yeah, creative thinking, please introduce all the slides. Creative thinking is something, which features with colorful life, and all people do want colorful life. And we can definitely make our lives so transformational, and we can absolutely welcome changes. Of course, in just less than 1 week or about a week, we are going to land in the new year. And in advance, I just would like to convey my wishes to all of you. Advance Happy New Year to all of you. And please make changes, brilliant changes, and pick the takeaways which you would consider to absolutely imbibe into your life, and try to start to think and to rewind yourself and any other thing. Thank you so much, Shabina madam. Next, please. Yeah, think positive. Positive thinking is an ultimate goal for all of us. Whether you think differently or creatively, positive thinking is a manifestation that is seen by people, that is experienced by people. Mother becomes happy if we are positive. If we are negative, we don't perform any task. She becomes unhappy. When we have seen this dynamic aspect here, how about the job? We have to apply everywhere. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So before I conclude, I would give you 6 thinking hats which are very essential to understand. So please introduce next slide, madam. So white hat, and next slide. Not slide. Next pick. So 6 thinking hats are the beautiful propositions of psychologists and the people who believe in behaviorism and practical transformational organizational skills. So one of them is white hat. It is not, it doesn't appear, but categorically to show you clearly, I just have kept this way. I'm sorry if you don't have any, clear-cut view of this. Dr. Ramesh Chandra Panda, thank you so much, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Panda, for your feedback. Facts, figures, and information are the few elements which actually come under this white hat. And in this, what do we actually question? What do we have? What do we need to get? So when in a context or a scenario, when you really have these questions, maybe you wear this white hat. And red hat is the second one. Emotions, feelings, and intuition. They are the few characteristics that revolve in this orbit. What do we feel about something? For example, when you attend this session, you feel about something. Maybe you have worn, or you have the red hat on your head. How you feel about it is something that comes out. And the third one is black hat. Caution, truth, judgment, and fitting the facts. Does this work? Can this be safe? So when you want to buy a two-wheeler, you have these questions. When you want to buy a car, a gift for your spouse or fiancé or kids, you will just definitely think and wear this hat. The hat is black hat. Does this work? You are spending 10 lakhs on this car. Will it be effective, or can we enjoy the ride? What else? And yellow hat, oh my God, I have to widen my eyes. Even I'm not able to read this. Advantages, benefits, and savings. Why is it a good thing to do? If I ask you to implement a critical thought or this lateral thinking, when you question, maybe you seem to have worn yellow hat. Explorations, proposals, suggestions, and new ideas. What can we do here? So when you are planning to do a research on a particular problem with a basic proven hypothesis, then you would definitely have to wear this hat, green hat, and all the questions can be answered with your thought processes. Thinking about thinking, control of thinking habits, yes, is the blue hat. Thinking about thinking means coming to terms. Someone has, I think Yakala, Nagendra sir has given, Dr. Nagendra has given, I think self-actualization. When I know what I am, the purpose of my life being a human here on this earth, my life as a husband, my life as a teacher, my life as father, I would know how I can channelize my activities. Next slide, please. We have come to this. Be creative, be successful. Ma'am, please click once again. Our participants would listen to the beautiful music. I would like to make them feel so happy. You have turned it off. Oh my God. With this being said, if Vani madam, you are going to play it. Thank you so much, madam. I would love to ask all the participants to listen to the music and feel free and shun out all your temptations of becoming angry, becoming moody, becoming less productive. From now on, take the step and take action to become successful in life. Be creative, be successful, at least from 2021 onwards. Stay free from all the complications in your life and stay secured from all financial aspects and stay prosperous in your life. 2021 would absolutely be a prosperous year. May every efforts of yours, may every efforts of your children, family and friends and neighbors, entire world become fruitful. Let us pray for the world's peace. Let us all be happy. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I thank Vani Madam as well as Dr. Vani Garu as well as the management of SVEC. And this is something which I must thank very clearly. If they have not considered me, it would not have been possible. I am a toddler in this area. I am still learning. I am still exploring various things. I am free to welcome you guys to give me good feedback. And I would like to get feedback besides testimony. I have told you, testimony is all positive things in the presentation. Feedback is where I must improve and what my strengths and weaknesses, what you have felt. Thank you so much for everything.
Yeah, shall I play it, sir?
Yeah, madam. Over to you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Excellent session. Joginder sir, thank you very much. Vani madam? Wow, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Panda sir. Thank you very much for your wishes. Suman Kumari. Thank you, madam. Very valuable. For all your impressions. Vani madam? Wow. I am humbled. I feel so happy and so to meet all professors and research scholars and visionary great men and women, educated from cutting across India and abroad, I believe. We still have a long way to go, as Robert Frost said. So we have many commitments to keep and we need to have to work on them. And yes, perseverance is necessary for anything. Consistency is an exemplified factor which people would pursue of us, but perseverance is an internal factor which moves us and drives towards the betterments in life. So I believe you are all having these things and qualities. I have learned many things. I am enthused to be with you and to participate. Vani madam? Oh, inspiring speech. Sri Vishnu.
Hello.
Vani madam, anything that we could go ahead?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your deep knowledge about ingenious ingenuity, that is creative thinking. Your session is lively and interactive with full of enthusiasm. As per the saying of Albert Einstein, the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. So you made us to imagine and think how to be creative at our workplace with your words like top creative thinking skills and how we have to allow our emotions to create good thoughts, how to train our brain by using different types of creative thinking, benefits of creative thinking with different examples of famous personalities like Thomas Alva Edison, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, Eden Rickenbacker, and Sundar Pichai, and also with our day-to-day live examples. As Ray Inamoto, Chief Officer of Aqua, that is All Known Questions Answered, said, creativity and innovation are about finding unexpected solutions to obvious problems or things. So you made us to be creative and innovative, which helps us to grow, not only in our career, but also in our personal life. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And I
Thank you, ma'am.
request the participants, like if you have any queries, you can go with 1 or 2 queries, because as the time is around 12:30, again we have to meet at the second session. Participants, you can ask 1 or 2 questions. Yeah, Dr. Nazim Unisa, you can.
Please, would you like to ask me
Yeah.
questions? Anything? I'm pleased to answer something that I know. There is a statement, none of us is as equal as all of us. So please do ask me. If I know something, I'll be there to help you out with my answer. So as people might take some time to ask the questions, Dr. Vani, may I request you to let me give them some titles of the books which these faculty members definitely have to go through to read, explore, and imbibe certain important skills. May I? Would you want me to give some books titles?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yes,
You can
yes,
procure them
of
later.
course. Yeah.
Yeah, please, if you have the pen book, you might write it down, and I'm going to give you these books by Edward de Bono, who has propounded this lateral thinking, which appears to be something irksome in the beginning, but it is going to yield good results. Well, we could call them as, dynamic books. One book I would like to say, the title is You Are Not Your Brain. You Are Not Your Brain. 4-step solution for changing bad habits, ending unhealthy thinking, and taking control of your life. Written by Jeffrey M. Squart, MD, and Rebecca Gladding, MD. I will keep this in the chat. Maybe this is going to be useful for you. Let me keep this in the chat. To everyone.
Oh, Shabina, you're not brain 4-step solution.
It is there in the chat, dear friends. You please take a look at that. Complete information on the title. So, next thing is the critical thinking toolkit. Spark your team's creativity with 35 problem-solving activities. This is another book to yield better results in your organization as the head of the department or as the team player. You have to take a look at this book. You can't help it, and you must have to take this. And the third one is going to be Teach Your Child How to Think, written by Edward de Bono. Because child rearing and upbringing is another important focal point in this world. Since time immemorial, we have been doing it, but there were some flaws in child rearing. But maybe with this, you can make your kids so brilliant and extraordinary successful people. Here you go. And I have collected all these titles so passionately to help you. I believe these books would really help you, and go through these books. And Jeremy Stranks has written another book that is Stress at Work. If you really feel you are stressed out usually and you don't find the way out, please read this book. Jeremy Strang's Stress at Work, Management and Prevention. Your lateral thinking will, predominantly become manifold, and it will become multiplied. And John B. Adden, PhD, has written a very, revolutionary book in managing with the brain, our brain. So that book is going to be, please take this again. I believe in sharing knowledge. I mean, sharing is caring. So I love to share these books with you all because you are from various parts of India or maybe abroad. Wherever you are, you to share with others and make your communities better. And the 6th book I am going to share this is, we know lateral thinking and creative thinking, but another kind of thinking is there that is called parallel thinking. If people have already been, acquainted with this title, no problem. But if you have not, look at this. What is parallel thinking by Edward de Bono? And particularly, Edward de Bono has done research and has been, accoladed and has done many good things, research outputs on lateral thinking. This is the seventh book. For all my references, I have had to consult these books, so which I am going to give you as references. And number 8 is going to be how to improve memory. Memory is something which is very important. Forgetting is becoming one of the bliss, according to Robert Lind in one of the lessons, but we have to memorize. How to improve memory. The ultimate mind power manual. The author is unknown. You can search on Google. And there are other websites. You can contact this one like thinkcreative.uk. This will help you greatly to channelize your creative spirits. That's it. There are a few things which I could definitely share, and you can contact me. My number is there on the screen slides. Some of you might have taken pics. And I thank Sri Venkateswara Engineering College, Tirupati, head of the department, and coordinators, conveners, all the people for having given me this great opportunity. Please encourage weak people to become better and the best. May 2021 will become a very fruitful and promising year in all your lives. Once again, I wish you a very happy advanced new year. Thank you so much for giving me this great opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, feedback link is posted in the chat box and as well as in the WhatsApp groups. And that we take a lunch break, and again we'll come back at 2 o'clock. And afternoon we are going to have a session by Dr. D.R. Pratima Roy, Professor and Head of English Department, St. Joseph's UG and PG College for Women. She is going to deliberate on the topic Vibrant Vitality, that is resilient skills at workplace.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. It's like an enthusiastic and enthralling session.
Your phone number, sir, please. Your phone number.
701-3434-671.
Pardon, sir?
Sir,
texting here in the chat.
Yeah, I think it's good to text in the chat, sir, so that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm typing in the chat, but one is not getting typed from my, this keyboard. I'm sorry. I'm just typing in the board. You could find some lateral thinking in my last effort. My my keyboard problem has helped me to exhibit and showcase how lateral thinking could be helpful just now. You might laugh at me if I just keep a text message like this. Instead of the number digit 1, I have just written in bold. Thank you so much. I feel so pleased to meet you all on this session. I thank SVC College once again. Dr. Vani, madam, may I take leave of you?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I request all the participants to please fill the feedback form. Feedback links are posted in the WhatsApp groups also. Those who couldn't able to join in the WhatsApp group, I request to join in the WhatsApp group which has been posted in the chat box. The link is posted in the chat box. You please join in that group.
Madam, yesterday this resource persons, Dr. Anil Premraj, he wanted to share his PPT. So will you put it in here chat box, or will you share it in only WhatsApp?
I'll share it in the WhatsApp group, sir. No, not he didn't say to share the PPT, sir. He said that to share the last 4 slides of that one.
Okay. Whatever he said.
Yeah. I'll share today by 7 o'clock evening. I'll share in the WhatsApp group, sir. Right?
Okay. Thank you.
Again, repeat, feedback link is posted in the chat box and as well as in the WhatsApp group. And we are going to meet around afternoon at 2 o'clock. We are going to have a session by Dr. D.R. Pratima Roy, Professor and Head of English Department from St. Joseph UG and PG College for Women. She is going to deliberate on the topic Vibrant Vitality, that is resilient skills at workplace. Participants who fill the feedback form, they can leave the session.
Good morning, madam.
Yeah, good morning, Shabina, madam.
I just
Sorry,
need
good
to.
afternoon. Yeah.
Actually, here it is morning time. I'm in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, then good morning.
That's very okay, ma'am. I just need to request you for something, ma'am. Yesterday I missed the feedback form one. Could you please, like, I have messaged you on WhatsApp. If you can send, because yesterday I did not join the WhatsApp group. Today only I joined it, so I can fill
Okay,
feedback.
today you joined, madam, in the WhatsApp
Yes,
group.
I
Today, again,
yes.
what I will do is today I put all the 4 feedback links in the evening after the session. After the completion of the afternoon session, I'll again put the 4 feedback links, right?
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
And the session was wonderful, and the resource person was very apt and very crisp to the point, and the session was really fantabulous.
Thank you. I'll convey your words to Nagmaleshwara, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Shabina, madam.
That's okay, ma'am.